Hey there, folks. Hope you're doing well today. You know, I left for 2,000 years. I come back and somehow my biggest followers are obsessed with a golden idol who builds towers, cheats on his wives, and brags about it on live TV. Evangelicals, what happened? I turned water into wine. You turned scripture into a tax shelter for billionaires. I said, love your neighbor. You said, build a wall, and then handed the hammer to a guy who paid hush money to a porn star while his third wife was home with a newborn. I healed the sick for free. He tried to strip health care from 30 million people and called it a win. I fed the poor with loaves and fishes. He fed the rich with tax cuts and called the poor lazy. And yet, I'm the one you stopped inviting to church. Trump once held a Bible upside down in front of St. John's Church like it was a weapon. He didn't read it. He didn't open it. Pretty sure he thinks Corinthians is a hotel chain. But you cheered. You cheered when he tear-gassed protesters so he could take a photo. Then you called it defending Christianity. Let's talk morality. You used to say character counts. Then he bragged about grabbing women by the pussy, and your response was, well, King David was flawed too. Oh, I know David. He wrote songs. Trump writes mean tweets at 2 a.m. in adult diapers. I preached turn the other cheek. He said punch him in the face and I'll pay your legal fees. I said blessed are the meek. He said only losers and suckers get buried in war. I told you not to store up treasures on earth. He stores them in Mar-a-Lago bathrooms next to classified documents and Diet Coke. And you still defend him. You call him God's instrument. Well, if God ever used an instrument that bankrupted 4 casinos and couldn't spell Bible, it wasn't for music. You think I care if he stands with Israel? I'm from Nazareth. That's literally next door. I was brown, Middle Eastern, broke, and unarmed. By today's standards, you'd have called ICE on me and said I was part of Hamas. Let's not pretend you're defending me. You're defending power, comfort, control, and maybe a timeshare in the rapture. You talk about family values, but you backed a man who mocked a war widow, called Haiti a shithole, and told 4 women of color in Congress to go back to where they came from. One of them is from Detroit. You wanted prayer in schools, fine. But when kids prayed for their lives during school shootings, he sold more guns and blamed video games. And the worst part? Deep down, he doesn't believe any of it. He's not one of you. He's not pretending anymore. He just figured out how to sell Jesus like a hat. You traded me in for a con man wrapped in a flag, holding a Bible like it's a menu at Denny's. I didn't die for this. I died for the poor, the oppressed, the outcasts, the same people you now call crisis actors and illegals. And let's not forget the golden rule. Treat others like you'd like to be treated. Trump Tower, how poetic. A name built on sand, pride, and unpaid contractors. You didn't crucify me this time. You just branded me. And when the poor cry out, when the refugees beg for mercy, when the sick knock on your mega church door, you quote me, but you don't follow me. So no, I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. And when Judgment Day comes, don't look for me at the pulpit next to him. I'll be out back, hoping the people you turned away. And just so you know, he's not on the guest list.